Hi everyone. Thanks for joining me. This is definitely not the type of video I think anybody ever wants to upload. My heart is literally racing. It's crazy because before, when I kept thinking about doing this video, I really thought that I wouldn't have emotion because this has been dragging on for a very long time. And I've kind of gotten to the point where like I feel numb, but I think I've come to understand like it never really gets easier talking about it or telling new people about it. But I'm just tired. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot about, check in on your happy friends and stuff like that. And I feel like I definitely do try to carry myself a certain way. I want to make sure people are always laughing and good and happy. But I definitely have been struggling on my end for freaking years. But I don't know. I really don't want this to be a long video. I'm 2 minutes in and I told myself I would make it 10 minutes. And maybe after this I can do a different video and go more into depth with it. But long story short, it's unfortunate that people tend to say don't air your dirty laundry out. Like some things are better kept, in private. But the way I see it, and I'm sorry this video is kind of all over the place, but the way I see it is like, if your sister was to get assaulted, tomorrow, or it happened last night, and you knew who did it, like, you would be so quick to post that person on social media and tell others, like, hey, beware, like, this just happened to my sister, or whatever the case may be. But it's so unfortunate that when you're assaulted by someone in your family, you're told to keep quiet. And people don't freaking realize like how bad that affects you and like slowly kills you, really. Like, I've spent majority of my life just thinking like I don't want to be here, or I see great people dying and I'm like, I really wish I could take their spot because I like don't want to live, especially because I've been living a freaking lie. But 4 minutes in, long story short, I was sexually abused for about 10 years. And I spent the next 10 years trying to like cope with it. I first opened up to my ex 10 years ago, and it was kind of the start of me breaking away from being, sexually abused. And then I opened up to my mother, and she didn't know the entire time it was happening, but when I did tell her, she kind of just, it's like she cared for a minute and then she brushed me off, and it just was what it was. And I went to live, the next 10 years, bringing me up to now. And this past 2 years ago, I actually started going to therapy for it. And I've just realized how much I've had to deal with in the past 20 years. Like, it was 10 years of sexual abuse, and then 10 years of trying to live a better life, but you just can't get away from the trauma. So I went to therapy, and I kind of realized, like, I just felt so much better when I finally could speak about it rather than holding it inside. And, you know, it's really hard when you go through things by yourself. So I slowly started confiding in very close friends about what I'd been through and who had done it. And I started feeling a little bit more in control of my life. And I most recently confided in one more family member. And I had kind of high expectations, and someone told me, you know, don't expect too much. You can't expect people to just cut this person off out of nowhere. Especially because I fully haven't been able to cut off my abuser to this fucking day. So I confided in someone, and it's just, unfortunately, it was everything I didn't want. Like, I've just come to realize that, like, family, blood doesn't make people your family, you know? It's just really hard telling someone, you know, like, if I told you today, like, someone tried to kill me, it would be really freaking weird. I'm sorry, I have boogers everywhere. It would be really fucking weird for you to go and hang out with the person that tried to kill me. Like, it doesn't make sense. You can't sit there and be like, well, they haven't tried to kill me. It just, the situation is so fucked up. And I'm constantly being told, kind of like, you're still with that, like, you're still bothered. And it fucking bugs me because, yes, I'm still fucking bothered. Like, it was 10 years of trauma. It wasn't just one fucking time. It was 10 years, day after day, 10 fucking years. Like, you don't just get over this. And although it's not happening anymore, it's like, I think about it every fucking day. Like, you think I want to think about this? So it sucks. And, you know, you'd think, okay, well, after 10 years, did this person try to make things better? And it's like, I really don't think so. It's a lot. But the reason I wanted to put this out there is because I'm tired of living a freaking lie. And I really feel like if I don't just take control of my life, like, I don't know, I'm very doubtful that I will be here another fucking year. Like, it's just very draining. But literally, like, my heart is beating out of my ass right now. It's just a really hard situation. It's very unfortunate. It's very lonely. And I just want you guys to be aware, like, be on the lookout for the signs when people are being sexually abused. Because it's just, it's hard. It's hard, and not only to go through that, but when you finally want to confide in people and they aren't there for you, it sucks even more. But if you have kids, like, please look after them. Like, don't trust family. It's not to say just, you know, like, constantly live in fear, but be aware. I feel like my situation could have been very avoided But for 10 fucking years, I had to go through that shit. But here I am. I know things will be better, but because I hadn't said to the public like what I've gone through, I've been cornered for the past over 10 years in public settings, being in large groups. You know, this person kept making it seem like I was just such a bitch for not wanting to give them hugs, not wanting to like be loving towards them. They would literally make me seem like a bitch in front of everybody, when in reality, like, they knew exactly why I did not want to give them hugs. I did not want to, you know, be near them. But they sat there and just literally would tell people, like, tell them to give me a hug. Like, so mean, like, literally, after everything you've put me through, and you want to sit there and act like the fucking victim. It's insane. And I'm over it. I'm tired of living like that after I've just told, you know, someone new, and they swore up and down like they would put an end to that, and no, it hasn't happened. I don't care for anyone to do anything for me, but I'm gonna do something for myself. So that's that. I'm gonna leave it there. It's just, I know you guys are probably like, what the fuck? But this is the start to, you know, something bigger. Let me be, you know, I don't know, like, just be aware, be there for people. Ask your friends, like, how are you doing? Like, I don't know, this might make sense to a lot of people now, like, why I am the way I am, why I have so much hate towards certain people. And at the end of the day, I truly do just try to be a good person, but it's so hard to literally get up every day and just act like life is great, and like I even want to be here, to be honest. So yeah, I'm so sorry that this is all over the place. I had a completely different, I just thought this was going to be completely different, a different way of putting it to you guys, but it's a start, and I hope this gets back to my lovely abuser so they know I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm tired of these freaking games. Like, I'm tired of not being taken seriously. I've asked many fucking times to just be left alone, and they turn it on me. Like, you're still with that? Like, we're so past it. And it's like, no, you're past it. I'm not. I don't think I ever will. It sucks. So, no turning back. It is what it is. Ask your friends, really. Like, even if you never know, just ask your friends, how are you doing? Is there anything you want to talk about? Be careful with your kids. Take care of them. And don't make the same mistakes that were made on my end. So, yeah. Thank you guys for listening. And I will see you guys next time.